Hey, Caden. It's been around 5 years now since last time I seen you. Is this actually you, Devon? Before leaving the company years ago, you were in the same department as myself. You were a veteran there, pretty much. Yep, that's me. Well, long time no see, Devon. I haven't gotten a text or anything from you in so long now that I almost forgot about you. Did you need anything from me today? You being so nonchalant about all this must really mean you haven't noticed anything's going on yet. What are you talking about? Currently, you are working for Richardson's subsidiary company, correct? Yes, I am. And? Did I ever talk with you about what I've been up to ever since I left the previous company? Because I don't think I have, nor have I spoken with anyone else that would have been talking to you about me. Well, yesterday and today, I've been staying at a hotel right across from that company you're a part of now. And as I've been leaving the hotel today, and coming back into it, I've seen you going in and out of that office building quite a few times now. So you're able to notice me. I'm sorry that I never saw you across the street. I was probably in a bit of a rush all those times and never had a chance to look around. But here's the thing. You done something really stupid and unnecessary. What exactly are you talking about? Something unnecessary and stupid? I understand that Richardson is a very large company and all that, but you're not a part of that company, but rather a part of a small subsidiary of it, right? You made this huge deal 5 years ago about how you'd be transferring to this amazing new company, and you ended up there in some small subsidiary company, living in the shadows of a massive conglomerate. Being a part of a little company like that just goes to show how much of a loser you really are. And that's what I mean by something unnecessary. You went from a really good job working with me to some small company making about half the amount you did before, right? And you bragged about something like that to me. That's not something I've had to deal with. And bragging? You don't have to try covering up your past with me now, man. So, is this your reason for texting me, then? To check and see if I really was the man who was walking out of that office building? Well, that's right. Actually, I happen to have a good friend in Richardson's upper management, and I just wanted to let you know about that as well. Is that right? I'm not too sure how that information will be helpful to me, but I'll make sure to remember that just in case. Yeah, you should. I'm sorry, Devon, but are we done here? I'm actually stopped in my car right now, texting you, so if you have nothing more to say, I'd like to get back on the road. I'll see. I have nothing else to tell you, so go right ahead. Goodbye, then, Devon. Hey, if it isn't Caden, why the heck are you here right now? What? Devon? Hey, you stop it right there. Don't you bother coming over to me, talk face to face. I'm assuming that since you're in the same lobby as me right now, all suited up, and that means you'll be going to the same wedding as me. But I don't want anyone here thinking that I'm friends or have worked with someone who's now working for a small, insignificant subsidiary company, especially on a day like today when my father is the one getting married, and all his family and friends are here seeing me. What? You're telling me that the executive director who's getting married today is also your father? That's right. Oh, I never knew that. Your father happens to be the executive director, Michael Walters. I just assumed the last name Walters was a common last name and that you didn't have any family ties to him. Well, let me ask you this now. What the heck is someone like you at his wedding today? Well, I was invited to be at this wedding. There's no way someone invited a loser like you. I'm telling the truth, though. I'm sure you were never aware of this, but I happen to go to the same university as your father. You actually expect me to believe that just because you both went to the same uni, he'd want someone like you here? Calm yourself down there, bud. But your father and I happen to be really good friends, though. Huh? My father? Friends with a man like you? We happen to have relations to one another outside work, and that happens to involve the two of us going out a lot for drinks and things like that. And because of that friendship we have, he wanted me to be here at his wedding. Really? Well, if that's the case, then let me have a look at the invitation he sent you. I'll be waiting out in the parking lot for you, so come out and show me. Is it wrong for me to just show it to you right now since we're both here in the lobby? I want to take a look at it somewhere where there are no other people. If something were to happen between us, I don't want anyone else seeing it. I don't think there's going to be anything happening between us, but all right then. Now, do you mind heading out there before me? I'll just be a few minutes. Why do I have to wait? Don't tell me you're going to try running from me now, right? Well, if you've finally realised you're not wanted here and want to run home, guess I won't mind that too much. I'm not running away. I have actually been really wanting to go to the restroom for a little bit now, and that's where I'll be heading. Jesus. I'll see. That's what this is all about. Oh, the restroom. Well, if that's all you want to do, then hurry it up. Will do. See you in a bit. You're a freaking loser, you. It's been 5 years since the last time I've been able to do something like that. And man, did that punch send you flying. I love this feeling so much. I was able to land a really solid hit this time. Sent you right into the ground. I have to say, your face the whole time was priceless as you sat there squirming on the ground. How's it feel, man? Devon, been 5 years now and still nothing has changed with you. Are you coming out in front of me like that again? Is the problem here? I'm sure you'll not be coming to the wedding now, since your face is a complete mess. Well, of course. Me going into that wedding in this state would cause everyone to be surprised, right? Well, listen, I knew from the beginning that you telling me about having an invitation was a lie, so this is my plan all along. Now, listen to me. You think my father would ever invite you to a wedding like this when you're nothing more than a low-level worker? I was going to show you the invitation from the executive director, but right before pulling it out, you punched me in the face. I'm guessing that was just going to be a fake anyway, right? So there's no point in showing me that anyway. So now that I've once again gotten another good punch into you, you'll go home, right? And that's right. If I don't head home now, I'm only going to become more and more worked up. I've never once seen my elite father hanging out with anyone as low-life as you are, so don't you dare think I'm going to believe that for a second. So now that you know I'm not falling for your crap, you can head back to your home and get ready to work back at that tiny company again tomorrow. Oh, understood. Oh, could you please make sure to tell your father that for me? However, he may react in a way that you might not like, and I don't really want to hear from you about it. You've already lost, so just shut up and go away. Hurry up. Vanish from my world, you loser. Righty then. Time to get to that wedding. I'll finally get to talk with my father again. After 10 long years having to live outside his house. Hey, Caden, you get your butt back to this wedding right now. If you don't come back, I'm going to be screwed. Please hurry up. Get back here. I'm sorry, but right now I'm in the hospital, getting my face and head taken care of, so I won't be able to come back that way for some time. Then you tell my father right now that what's going on with you, so he'll understand. Oh, crap. This is really crappy for me. Right after you went back inside after punching me, you were taken into custody, right? That's right. I thought I chose the right place to hit you without anyone being around to notice, but there was someone in the parking garage watching us, and that turned out to be my brother of all people. Well, I had asked for him to be there. Huh? Of course, I'd asked for someone to come witness what was going on there. And back when we both worked at the same company together, you always hated me, because I happened to go to a really good school and had a lot of good scores there. And after 10 years of you never seeing your father because he happened to kick you out of the house, you thought you could waltz into your father's wedding and get away with seeing him again. And the fact that you have known nothing about your father this whole time, yet came to his wedding acting like the boss, really tells me that you have not changed at all since the last time we were around one another. What? I'll have you know I'm not going to be helping you get out of the situation you've landed yourself in today. Huh? You think I'm going to help the man that punched me in the face, sending me to the ground? I have absolutely no reason to do something like that. And no matter how much of a social outcast you really are, Devon, you have to understand that what you did this time will not go unnoticed. Oh, you don't have to give me all that crap right now. At least come back to this wedding and please my father for me. Devon, along with the fact that I'm really good friends with your father, have you ever asked him what relationship I have with him when it comes to the business side of things? I've heard from him already. You happen to be the grandson of Richardson's president, and as of right now, you've been left with the responsibility of running that subsidiary company as the CEO. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of the position I hold, but to think you'd act in such a way around someone as high up as me. Jesus, I get it already. You were the CEO of that company and are above me. Now could you please just come back to the wedding when you're done there? I need you to come here and help me. Look, you should be happy to hear me begging for help from you now, right? What did you just say to me? Do you not give a crap about what will happen to me? There's no reason in me going to that wedding anymore anyway. It's because of what you've done that the wedding is being cancelled. Huh? The wedding's being cancelled now? Caden, lend me some money. You're not just some small employee, but a CEO, so you should have money to lend to me, right? Since the two of us used to work together a lot. Look, how's about you give me $120,000 for now? You really have made a joke of yourself now, Devon. You have the money, right? I think I know what this is about. Due to the fact that you made a huge scene at the wedding and had it cancelled, you're being stuck with paying for the cancelled wedding. And I'm assuming your father wants a settlement from you now as well. Give me $120,000. Devon, do you realise that you're asking me for money when you're going to owe me money through a settlement? That's a bit backwards, don't you think? What? Huh? Oh, by the way, Devon, 3 years ago, you happened to be fired from that company we both used to work for, right? Why do you know about that? I heard about you from one of my other co-workers there. I'm aware now that the real reason you came to that wedding you were never invited to was to get your father and ask him for some money, right? Is it so wrong for me to be going to my father's wedding without an invite? Oh, don't forget that he told you he was cutting ties to you and that he never wanted you near him ever again. Ugh. And now there is one more thing you might want to know about. After you gave me that punch and started to rush out of the parking garage, you ran into a pregnant woman and pushed her to the ground. When you should have been offering to help her up, you instead started to yell at her about getting in your way, and then left her there, on the ground, to try and get up herself. And what about that? That pregnant witch was in my way, so I had to push her over. Well, that pregnant woman. She happens to be the older sister of the bride. What? And if that's not helping you to understand what's going to happen here, that woman is like your father's sister to him. In other words, you just assaulted his older sister. When you knocked her down on your way out there, she landed on her stomach and felt some immediate, sharp pain. She called for an ambulance, and it turned into a huge deal. In the end, this occurrence was all captured on a security camera there at the garage. And when your father was shown the recorded video of what happened, well, at least his sister-in-law and her baby are all right now. But you can see why that wedding ended up getting cancelled, right? Well, things turned out that bad for her then. Well, it so happens that your father and his new in-laws all knew about how he had to cut ties to you before, and so his wife isn't going to hold anything that happened against him. By the way, am I the first one to explain all of this story to you when it's already been a few days since it happened now? What? That's what I thought. You haven't been talked to by anyone since then, or you haven't been listening to them. Hey, Caden, what about that money? Oh, shut the hell up about it. Gah. Never talk to me again, you freak. Just as I had finished texting Devon about the whole situation, his father came out to get him and took him back into his custody, and after that he was put through the ringer by, well, just about everyone. To try and hide all the things that had been going on, he didn't let anyone take his smartphone from him, and even poured water over it in a last-ditch effort to try and hide the evidence. But everyone was able to get the phone away from him just as he poured the water on it, and it was still accessible. There, they were all able to read through Devon's conversations with me, and with that, his father was able to make sure Devon would be paying him for both the cancelled wedding and the settlement. And, as a way of forcing Devon to make money, his father, the executive director of Richardson, has sent him overseas to a factory for the company, where he works long hours every day, making money to pay off his debts. A month after that happened, Devon sent his dad a letter from overseas asking to please let him come home. But his father responded back by saying he had 20 more years of work to do in order to pay off every penny. In the end, Devon had ended up with a total of 3 settlements that he was being asked to pay, and with all of those fees from the cancelled wedding. 1 settlement from his father, 1 from his father's sister-in-law, and 1 from myself for assaulting me. So with all 3 of those settlements and the cost of that whole wedding being asked from him, I can understand why he wanted me to lend him that $120,000, and why it'll take him close to 20 years to work that amount off, depending on where he's having to work. Of course, there is more money than just that he owes, but that $120,000 is just the amount being charged to him for the wedding. When it comes to myself and all the damages from that punch he gave me, well, they're finally starting to go away and all be healed up. All I can say is it feels great being back to a normal life, not having to worry about Devon's presence anymore. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.